नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखते हैं फ्रेंड्स. अ कंपनी नीड्स rupees 31,25,000 for the construction of a new plant. The following three plans are feasible. पहला प्लान, the company may issue 3,12,500 equity shares of rupees 10. तो ये 31,25,000 के लिए हम लोग क्या करेंगे? We will issue 3,12,500 equity shares of rupees 10. That comes to 31,25,000. The company may issue 1,56,250 ordinary equity shares at the rate of 10 and 15,625 debentures of rupees 100. यानी जो भी पैसा चाहिए उसको स्प्लिट करेंगे, 50% इक्विटी और 50% डेट, बेरिंग 8% रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट. तो रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है 8%. The company may issue 1,56,250 equity shares at the rate of 10 and 15,625 preference shares of 100 bearing 8% rate of dividend. वापस स्प्लिट करेंगे between the equity and the debentures, sorry preference shares. आधा इक्विटी से और आधा preference shares. If the earning before interest and taxes, it means EBIT, are rupees 62,500, 1,25,000, 2,50,000, 3,75,000, 6,25,000. So 5 different level of the EBIT have been given. What are the earning per share or loss per share? That is the way we have to understand it. Under each of the three financial plans. तो ये तीन फाइनेंशियल प्लान में ये अलग अलग लेवल ऑफ ईबीआईटी के ऊपर अर्निंग पर शेयर या लॉस पर शेयर कितना है वो हमको कंप्यूट करना है. अस्यूम इनकम टैक्स रेट इज ओनली 40%. फिर हमको सेकेंड पार्ट, थर्ड पार्ट, फोर्थ पार्ट एंड फिफ्थ पार्ट दे रखा है. बाद का हम लोग बाद में पढ़ेंगे. So everybody is requested to go through with the first part of the question. Now friends, as far as the first part of the question is concerned, उसमें 5 अलग अलग लेवल ऑफ ईबीआईटी के ऊपर ईपीएस फाइंड करना है. क्या करना है फ्रेंड्स? 5 अलग अलग लेवल ऑफ ईबीआईटी के ऊपर ईपीएस फाइंड करना है. तो देखो, मैंने फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन का आंसर रेडीमेड दे रखा है आपको. फर्स्ट, जिसमें सिर्फ और सिर्फ इक्विटी दैट इज प्लान है. अलग अलग लेवल ऑफ ईबीआईटी दे रखा है और हर एक में हमने ईपीएस का कैलकुलेशन किया है. दूसरा है डेट और इक्विटी मिक्स. अगेन उसमें अलग अलग लेवल ऑफ ईबीआईटी है और उसमें वापस हमने ईपीएस कैलकुलेट किया है. रिसेंटली जो हमने 2 एग्जांपल्स किए ना, उसमें से एक एग्जांपल में मैंने 62,500 और 2,50,000 आपसे करवाया. उसमें देखो 62,500 पे 24 पैसे का लॉस, देखो आपका आंसर, और 2,50,000 में 48 पैसे का प्रॉफिट. अगेन यू कैन चेक योर आंसर. अगेन प्रेफरेंसेस ऑफ इक्विटी मिक्स, अलग अलग लेवल ऑफ ईबीआईटी के ऊपर ईपीएस किया है. अगेन हमने 2 अभी किया रिसेंटली, 62,500 एंड 2,50,000. पहले में 56 पैसे का लॉस और दूसरे में 16 पैसे का प्रॉफिट, वो भी हमने कैलकुलेट किया है. So this is the way the first part of the question is done by us in this way. Now second part of the question, which alternative would you recommend and why? So for each level of the EBIT कौन सा ऑल्टरनेटिव हम लोग सेलेक्ट करेंगे वो बताना है और उसका रीजनिंग देना है. चलो प्लीज राइट डाउन आंसर along with me. Selection of financial plan comma based on earning per share for different financial plan. Column number 1 is EBIT. Next column is financial plan 1, financial plan 2 and financial plan 3. That is the way हम लोग फाइनेंशियल प्लान 1 टू फाइनेंशियल प्लान 3 लिखेंगे और लास्ट में हम लोग लिखेंगे सिलेक्शन, यानी फॉर ईच लेवल ऑफ द ईबीआईटी कौन सा फाइनेंशियल प्लान सिलेक्ट किया जाएगा वो लिखेंगे. हमने अर्निंग पर शेयर का तो कैलकुलेशन ऑलरेडी कर लिया है. So we understand, let's say EBIT is 62,500, 1,25,000, 2,50,000, 3,75,000, 6,25,000. Earning per share. First financial plan में over here it is 12 पैसे, over here it is 24 पैसे, 48 पैसे, 72 पैसे and 1 rupee 20 paise. That is the way we have the EPS for the different level of EBIT. For the second one, loss of 24 paise, 0. Profit of 96 paise, 48 paise, 96 paise and 1 rupee 92 paise. For the financial plan 3, in the first case there is a loss of 56 paise, loss of 32 paise, profit of 16 paise, profit of 64 paise, profit of 1 rupee 60 paise. Now in case of 62,500 we will select the financial plan 1. Why? Because it has the highest EPS. In case of 125 again you select the financial plan 1 because it has highest EPS. In the third EBIT we can say that say you are indifferent between 1 and 2, ऐसा लिखेंगे. Why? Because the first and second financial plan have same EPS. 375 में लिखेंगे second financial plan और 625 में लिखेंगे वापस second financial plan. That is the way से जो फाइनेंशियल प्लान का EPS सबसे ज्यादा होगा उसको सिलेक्ट किया जाएगा. I'm sorry, there is a mistake on my end. In case of 1,25,000, financial plan 1 will be selected. Please correct it. So third question, determine the EBIT-EPS indifference point by formula between the financial plan 1 and financial plan 2, between financial plan 1 and financial plan 3, between financial plan 2 and financial plan 3. We understand that say the financial indifference point is indicating the level of the EBIT at which these two financial plans will have the same EPS. So let us answer. Calculation of financial indifference point between first and second financial plan. First of all, try to do answer on your own. So the first financial plan is entirely equity, 3,12,500 equity shares of 10. The second financial plan में combination of the debt and equity है, जिसमें equity में है 1,56,250 shares of 10 और debentures जिसका rate of interest दे रखा है हमको 8%. So 8% debt financing, जिसमें 15,625 shares है, जिसका फेस वैल्यू 100 रुपए. चलो, now write down answer along with me. Calculation of financial indifference point between financial plan 1 and 2. That is the level of the EBIT at which EPS of both the financial plans are same. So the written answer, EPS of 1 is equal to EPS of 2. We assign X variable to EBIT. So EBIT minus interest is EBT, into 1 minus T is EAT, minus preference dividend divided by number of equity shares of the first plan is equal to EBIT minus interest, that is EBT, into 1 minus T is EAT, minus preference dividend is earning available to equity shareholders of the second plan divided by number of equity shares of the second plan. So it is X is the level of EBIT, minus interest is 0, into 1 minus income tax rate 40%, minus preference dividend is again 0. टेक्निकल लैंग्वेज में फर्स्ट प्लान को अनलीवर्ड प्लान बोला जाता है. अनलीवर्ड का मतलब क्या है? कोई भी बाहर का फाइनेंसिंग नहीं है. डिवाइड बाय नंबर ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर्स 3,12,500 इज इक्वल टू एक्स माइनस इंटरेस्ट 15,62,500 इंटू 8%, यानी ब्याज क्या हुआ? 1,25,000 into 1 minus 0.4 minus preference dividend 0 divided by number of equity shares 156,250. Now solving this equation will compute the x value. सबसे पहले हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं? यहां से 3,12,500 मैंने हटा दिया और यहां से मैंने 156,250 हटा दिया. सो 3,12,500 अपॉन 156,250, तो ये वैल्यू आ जाएगा 2. अच्छा, उसके बाद हम लोग क्या करेंगे? x माइनस 0, वो तो क्या आएगा? x आएगा ना सर? हाँ बराबर है. 1 माइनस 0.4 इज ऑलरेडी 0.6. तो मैं क्या कर रहा हूं, एकदम गौर से सुनो, ये 2 को कैंसिल कर रहा हूं और ये 0.6 डिवाइडेड बाय 2, तो यहां पे मैं 0.3 लिख रहा हूं. सो x माइनस x 0 इज इक्वल टू x और सामने क्या हो गया? इंटू 0.30 इज इक्वल टू 1 माइनस 0.4, यानी क्या आ गया? 0.6. तो क्या लिखेंगे? 0.60x माइनस 1,25,000 इंटू 0.6, 75,000 divided by 1, that does not make a sense. 0.30x को यहां से यहां शिफ्ट किया तो वो पॉजिटिव से नेगेटिव हो गया. So x is equal to 75,000 divided by 0.3. And the answer comes to 2,50,000. जो भी हमारा आंसर है वो कोइंसिडेंटली हम लोग वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं. You can see at 2,50,000 the financial plan 1 and financial plan 2 have same EPS. और हमेशा ऐसा ही होगा. At the financial indifference point, EPS of both the financial plan would be same. If at all the expected EBIT is less than that, तो जो फाइनेंशियल प्लान में फाइनेंशियल चार्जेस कम है उसको सिलेक्ट किया जाएगा, एंड मोर देन दैट, तो जिसमें फाइनेंशियल चार्जेस ज्यादा है उसको सिलेक्ट किया जाएगा. दिस इज व्हाट वी अंडरस्टैंड. सो नाउ financial indifference point between financial plan 1 and 3. फ्रेंड्स सिर्फ इतना ही चेंज है कि ये जो डिबेंचर्स है ना, इसकी जगह वो प्रेफरेंस हो जाता है, और कोई चेंज नहीं है. So read an answer. EPS of 1 is equal to EPS of 3. So EBIT minus interest, EBT into 1 minus T, EBIT minus preference dividend, that will give us earning available to equity shareholders divided by number of equity shares of the first plan is equal to, again EBIT minus interest is EBT into 1 minus T is EAT minus preference dividend will give the earning available to equity shareholders divided by number of equity shares of the third plan. So x minus interest, फर्स्ट प्लान में इंटरेस्ट कितना है, 0 है. इनकम टैक्स रेट कितना है, 40%. प्रेफरेंस डिविडेंड का अमाउंट कितना है, वापस 0 है. नंबर ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर्स कितने हैं, 3,12,500. एक्स माइनस इंटरेस्ट, इंटरेस्ट वापस 0 है थर्ड प्लान में. 1 minus 0.4 minus preference dividend. So 15,62,500 into 8%. Whole divided by 156,250. तो नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स यहां से कैंसिल हो जाएंगे, यहां से भी कैंसिल हो जाएंगे, यहां पे 2 हो जाएगा. x minus 0 is x. 1 minus 0.4 is 0.6 divided by 2 is equal to x minus 0 is x. 1 minus 0.4 is 0.66 minus 1,25,000. Now 2 is cancelled over here. 0.6 divided by 2 is 0.3. So 0.3x is equal to 0.6x minus 1,25,000. 125 is transferred over here, so it will become positive. And 0.3x is transferred over there, so it will become negative. So x is equal to 1,25,000 divided by 0.3. So it is 4,16,667. This is the way the answer is found. फ्रेंड्स अगेन हम लोग ये हमारा जो आंसर है ना, ये टेबल में वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं. कैसे, मैं आपको समझाता हूं. देखो, वी अंडरस्टैंड लॉजिकली दैट between the first financial plan and third financial plan, first financial plan and third financial plan, the first financial plan has lower financial charges. So what will happen when expected EBIT is lower than financial indifference point? Then in that case the financial plan 1 will have the more EPS, and when expected EBIT is higher than financial indifference point, then in that case financial plan 3 will have higher EPS. Now you can see that over here 4,16,667 is falling in between these two over here. So what will happen? You can make a comparison like this. First financial plan has more EPS than the third financial plan when expected EBIT is 60 to 500. 12 paise is greater than 56 paise negative. 24 paise is greater than 32 paise negative. 48 paise is greater than 16 paise. 72 paise is greater than 64 paise. फिर क्या हो जाएगा? पलट जाएगा. The third financial plan will have more EPS than the first one. यानी 1 rupee 60 paise is more than 1.2. Next. Heading right down. Calculation of financial indifference point between 2 and 3. Please write an answer along with me. EPS of 2 is equal to EPS of 3. We understand, let's say second का EPS कैसे होगा? EBIT minus interest यानी EBT into 1 minus T, EAT minus preference dividend will give the earning available to equity shareholders divided by number of equity shares of the second financial plan is equal to EPS of the third financial plan. वो कैसे किया जाएगा वो समझते हैं. EBIT minus interest EBT into 1 minus T is EAT minus preference dividend. That will give us the earning available to equity shareholders divided by number of equity shares of the third financial plan. Okay. We will assign X variable to the EBIT. Interest 1,25,000 into 1 minus 0.4 minus preference dividend is 0 divided by 156,250. X minus interest is 0 into 1 minus 0.4 minus 1,25,000 whole divided by 156,250. Now what will happen, friends? 156,250 is cancelled from both the sides. That is the number of equity shares. X into 0.6, so it will be 0.66 minus 1,25,000 into 0.6 is 75,000. Minus 0 का कोई significance नहीं है. X into 0.6, that is 0.6x. Minus 0, ignore it. Minus 1,25,000. ये 0.6x एक दूसरे के सामने क्या हो जाएगा? Cancel हो जाएगा. So we understand that say we cannot solve the equation. In a way that say there is no indifference point between the second and third financial plan. Right? There is no indifference point between financial plan 2 and financial plan 3. That is what we understand. Now let us have a logical understanding that why between the second and the third financial plan there is no financial indifference point. उसका रीजन सिंपल है फ्रेंड्स कि दोनों फाइनेंशियल प्लान में नंबर ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर सेम है, इक्विटी फाइनेंसिंग सेम है. Second financial plan is having debt financing and third financial plan is having preferential capital financing. रेट भी सेम है, यहाँ पे 8%, यहाँ पे भी 8% है. However, what happens, I'd say importantly, in case of the second financial plan, the company is able to get the advantage of interest tax saving, because interest is an allowable expense from tax point of view. ये इंटरेस्ट टैक्स सेविंग का फायदा मिलने की वजह से सेकेंड फाइनेंशियल प्लान इज ऑलवेज बेटर देन द थर्ड फाइनेंशियल प्लान. So we understand that over here you can see कि for 60 to 500 second financial plan has lower loss. Second financial plan does not have a loss. Second financial plan has higher profit. Second financial plan has again higher profit. Second financial plan has again higher profit. So we understand that consistently the second financial plan is able to beat the third financial plan. That is the reason say there is no indifference point between the 2 and 3. ऐसा हम लोग समझते हैं. चलो राइट ऑन आंसर. First point, only a note between second and third financial plan, comma, we can see that second plan always beat third plan. Full stop. Second point, in case of second and third plan, comma, we can find that equity financing is same, comma, rate of interest and rate of preference dividend are also same. Full stop. However, in second plan, there is an advantage of interest tax savings. Full stop. So second plan is better than third plan. Next question. Calculate financial break-even point for each of the financial plan. So for financial plan 1, 2 and 3, we have to compute the financial break-even point. Try to do answer on your own. Chalo, write down answer. Answer of the fourth question. Calculation of financial break-even point for financial plan 1. That is, the formula is like this. interest plus preference dividend divided by 1 minus t. This is a formula. Now for financial plan 1, the amount of the interest is 0, preference dividend is 0, divided by 1 minus tax rate is 40%. So overall answer is 0. So the first case it is 0. For the second case, it is 1,25,000 plus 0 divided by 1 minus 0.4. So it is 1,25,000. That is for the second one. For the third financial plan, interest is 0, but the preference dividend is 1,25,000 divided by 1 minus 0.4. So in that case, it is 0 plus 1,25,000 divided by 0.6, 2,08,333. So the final answer is 2,08,333. This is the way we can give answer for the 1, 2 and 3. So financial plan 1, 2 and 3. Financial break-even point. For the first one is 0. For the second one it is 1,25,000. And for the third one it is 2,08,333. Please write down answer. The fifth question is, let's say you are required to draw the diagram. Let us see, let's say, how to draw the diagram for these three financial plans. So let us have understanding of this diagram. On x-axis I have taken EBIT and on y-axis I am taking earning per share. First of all, explaining the first financial plan. First financial plan starts from 0 and the earning per share is going like this. The second financial plan is the black line, which starts from 1,25,000 and it goes over here. This is the second financial plan. Intersection of the first and the second financial plan is this amount, that is 2,50,000. At that point of time, both the financial plans have same earning per share. The third financial plan starts from here, 2,08,333. That is the point at which it has 0 EPS. Again, with the increase in the EBIT, EPS increases. For first and the second, intersection point is 4,16,667. For the second and third, I tried to draw straight lines in a way that say between both of them, the distance must be same throughout. That is indicating that the second financial plan is always better than the third financial plan. So here, you have to draw a straight line over here to understand it. Wherein we understand that the financial plan 2 is better than the financial plan 3 every time. This is what we understand. And this is the way we can draw the diagram. So just giving a quick summary of the entire, and that is the question, because a very lengthy question. The first question is calculation of the EPS for the 5 level of the EBIT for 3 financial plan. That was question number 1. Second question was the selection. Third question was the indifference point. In the third question, between 1, 2, between 1, 3, between 2, 3. And between 2 and 3, there is no indifference point. That was the new point for us. And I think that is the most important point that we have in this question. This is the new point that we have come across, and that is the learning point of this question. That there is no indifference point between the second and third financial plan. What is the reason that we have understood? Then financial break-even point, that's very simple. And the last is the diagram.